Hello and welcome to a very useful video if you are getting a breast augmentation and or you have scoliosis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to timestamp all of the questions in the description box so you can find the answers to the questions that you have without watching the whole video. You are welcome. So if you are here, it probably means that you are either considering a breast augmentation and have scoliosis, or you are considering a breast augmentation and you don't have scoliosis, in which case you can just skip to the questions that apply to you. First question, what is scoliosis? Well, it is curvature of the spine. It can look like this. That is my spine. Basically, it means that the natural curve in your spine, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your spine should be in a straight line. Mine is not. Many people have scoliosis. It is not a rare condition. However, in such a severe form as mine, it is a little bit more rare because usually it's fixed when it's discovered during puberty when you're a child, and they'll usually fuse you into a straight line. I was discovered too late. They did not fuse me because I said no. And honestly, thank goodness I did. That is what scoliosis is. It also means that not only is your spine not straight and is a little bit curvy, it also means usually that you have rib humping, i.e. your rib cage does not sit like this. It's like this. It's twisted a little bit, which means that your chest is usually depressed on one side and comes out on the other, which is in my case is true. My right comes in, my left goes out. The way to counteract this is to use 2 different size implants. Your surgeon should know this. So that is how scoliosis will affect a breast augmentation. I have done my research. I looked at several forums. My surgeon said that it won't affect it in any other way because the amount of weight specifically for my operation is not enough extra on my body for it to be an issue for me. Because of course people think that because it's extra weight on your body that it's going to cause you more backache, but it's a commonly known fact that having a breast augmentation will not make your scoliosis worse. It won't make it better, but then again, not a lot does. So it's not detrimental to your scoliosis. It won't cause you any more pain if you do get pain than you are already in, and it won't make your curve worse, which is not really what anyone wants. Why I want the surgery? Because I would like to have breasts. Yep, that's about it. So my first consultation, and I will leave the details for my incredible surgeon. His name is Dr. Nakul Patel. He runs out of Spire and Nuffield in Leicestershire. So if you are in the Leicester area or you're in the Midlands, highly recommend him. He's an absolute babe. We love Nakul Patel. Nakul Patel, if you're watching, we love you. So your first consultation, he will just go through what you're looking for, what kind of size you're after, what kind of lifestyle you have, and the difference that it would make to your life, and also whether or not it's a good time for you, because I'm having this done during a pandemic. I can't go anywhere or do anything. Obviously a really good time to have some like surgery done so I can just sit and do nothing without feeling guilty and not losing any money for 6 weeks. So he'll take your measurements and he will put on a bra that looks a little something, oh god, like this. And then what he'll do is he will get some very attractive bits of silicone. They're like a jelly silicone. They look a little something like this, and he will put them in your sports bra in order for you to figure out what kind of size you are looking for. He will suggest a size and you can decide whether or not you want to go smaller, bigger. Let me tell you, it's weird. Do not be afraid to stand in the mirror for like a good couple of minutes just getting used to having boobs. Because if you're anything like me and you're like flat-chested, then when someone puts boobs on you, you go, whoa. And they'll get you to put a tight top on and see how it feels, see how it looks. It's super, super weird, especially since the sizing's such like small increments. You don't know whether or not they're gonna make a difference or not, but your surgeon should advise you on that. He gave me 200cc in the left and 300cc in the right to counteract the depressed rib cage on the right hand side. It might be different for you because you might have less of a difference. In fact, there are some people who don't have scoliosis who also have 2 different size implants to counteract some asymmetry. Asymmetry is completely normal. He did say to me they won't be completely even, and I was like, I'm okay with that. I'm like wonky over here. I'm okay with them being sisters and not twins. We decided 200, 300. I then left, went home, bought a sports bra and filled some stockings with some rice. 300 milliliters of rice in here, 200 milliliters of rice in here, and basically I just stuffed my bra like that. And I tried on all my clothes that I have here in the UK and walked around and got used to looking down and seeing boobs. And let me tell you, it was life-changing. I remember he asked me, what would this mean to you? And now I'm okay with my body. There are a million reasons why I was considering a breast augmentation. I'm not going to go into them. It's not important for this video. And I was like, yeah, it would just be really nice to like have boobs. And then all of a sudden I put these in here and I was like, this is going to be life-changing. Can't wait. So basically in like 2 seconds I went from this to this. And I was like, well, this is fabulous. So I got used to them. In fact, I got freaked out by them to begin with. So there are 2 and 200, 300. I took them down to 150, 250. And then I decided that I didn't like the 100 difference. So I went 150, 200. And I was like, these are too small. So I went 200, 250. And then I decided I wanted the 100 difference back. So I went 200, 300 again. And I was like, okay, how's the biggest I could go? So I went 250, 350. That's where I hit my limit. I was like, I don't want, they're too big. So 200, 300, which funnily enough is what he suggested. It's almost like he's a professional and he knows what he's doing. I settled on 200, 300. That was all sorted. Went back for my second consultation. Then we talked about shape and the type of implant. In the UK, it's pretty common to have silicone implants. I know in the US, they use saline. We tend to go with silicone implants, and textured is also super common. There does come a risk with textured implants of a lymphoma called ALDL. They will explain that to you. 1 in 40,000 chance of developing ALDL, and usually it is solved by taking the implant out. Only 5% of people who develop this, so of the 40,000, will need to be treated with radiotherapy and chemotherapy. So it's pretty rare, but they have to tell you about it anyway. The risk of going with a smooth implant is an increased risk of capsular contraction, which is basically where the breast goes misshapen. It has to be reoperated on to sort it out. That is a higher risk with the smooth. So I went with textured implant, and he also said to me that I would go with a round implant, which was news to me because being quite a slim, athletic, low body fat percentage person, I thought that an anatomically shaped implant was going to be better. And he said, it makes me laugh every time I explain it, he said, implants move. So the implant is within the capsule and the implant moves. So if it's a teardrop and I'm like busy doing a HIIT workout and then all of a sudden like my boob is like out to the side, he was like, I think you should go with the round implants. So I was like, I think that's the best plan. So I'm getting round implants on the left side because it's only 200 and there actually is more breast tissue on my left side because that's pretty normal. That will be more comfortable than the right because the right, not only is it smaller, but I'm getting more of an implant put in, so I'm getting 300. So he said this one is going to be super tight and I might get stretch marks. I was like, good to know, don't really mind. So that is what we decided. And then the third consultation was just confirming everything, actually. I'd had kittens a couple of nights before, thinking about the fact that they might be too big, but he put my mind at ease. We put smaller implants in, and I was like, yeah, no, they're too small. So we put the 200, 300 back in, and I said, goodbye, I will see you in 3 weeks. It is 5 days now until my operation. I am going to vlog the day of the operation up until day 7, and then 2 weeks, and then 3 weeks, and then 4 weeks, because this is all the information that I really wanted to know. And I'm hoping that this is all information that is useful to you, because there are not many people, A, with scoliosis who have breast augmentations, and B, people who've had breast augmentations who are willing to put photos up on the internet. I could not find them. I'm gonna take lots of footage of me turning around, showing you what my back looks like, what my chest looks like now, so that when I do have them, I've got a really good comparison, and you can also see the comparison. The cost. I'm doing it privately, and full disclosure, it's costing me just over £7,000. I was not expecting it to be so expensive, I won't lie to you. I thought I was looking at sort of 4.5 grand. Apparently the cost of things has just gone up. It's the hospital. The hospital is like 60% of the costs. And also anatomical implants are more expensive than round implants. So I saved £500 by going for round implants. But that's how much it costs at Spire, and that is the cost that I am paying. It could be different in 3 months' time, could be different a year down the line. It was probably different last year, but I'm getting it done now. I would like it done now because it is a good time for me to do it now. And I've got lots of time to recover before the world kicks back into gear again, because this is almost post-pandemic. I think that's all the information that I need to convey. If there are any more questions that I have not answered, please do let me know and I will try and answer them. Other than that, you will find all the timestamps and the details for my surgeon in the description bar, and I will see you again in 5 days' time when I get my boobs. I can't tell you how excited I am. 14-year-old me is going like, yes! Ah, epic.